Good morning, guys. Hold on one second. I'm finishing up a phone call. I'll be right there. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. How are you guys? Good morning, Applejacks, Amelia, and Janelle. Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys this morning? Sorry, y'all. I had a late start this morning because, well, first of all, my charts weren't rendering properly on the order flow chart. And in the midst of trying to fix it, I couldn't. It was just a lot going on. But we're here. I've only taken 2 trades, a break even and a loss. And to be honest with you, I kind of feel like that loss, it was right after news. It was at 9:02 in 0 seconds. And I'm going to be real with you. I have a feeling that it's because, like, all right, if you wait 2 minutes, right, I feel like it should have been taken at 9:02:01. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I don't know. I'm not too much worried about that particular loss. That setup is something I take all the time. Has a very high win rate. So it kind of is what it is. My level, all right. Okay, wait a minute. All right, well, I actually shouldn't have been in that trade, but it's fine. We're back break even. The POC changed so quickly at the end. But we got to win out of it, so whatever. As I was journaling yesterday, I actually realized there's a particular setup that I usually don't take at all. And I think that as long as I pay attention to the volume of the swings, that's all that actually matters. So we'll make sure that we start taking those. I feel pretty confident in it. I was looking through my online journal and noticed that they won those particular times. So you don't take your hit, we'll put them back in. Cause wait. Applejacks, how was your first day at work yesterday? Oh, just no, fuck this job. Not I asked that. Well, and we said you was stewing in anger yesterday. Where's my oh. All right, so we're back break even. So y'all, yesterday I took a nap, and it was a pretty early nap, and for whatever reason, I was awake every hour last night. I went to bed at probably I dozed off around 1:30. Then I got a phone call at 1:45, was up till about 2. And from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m., I woke up every 45 minutes to an hour. Why? I don't understand. I didn't even take that long of a nap, so I just... As much as I want to take a nap today, I'm not. And then I kind of feel a little sick to my stomach. I'm drinking water, but I stopped eating dinner so late. And I think it's making me sick to my stomach sometimes in the morning because my stomach is so empty and I drink so much water. I drink 2 of these before I even break my fast every day, which I think this is 20 ounces if I'm not mistaken. So I don't think my body likes that. My body does not like being completely empty like that. But I've been trying to eat dinner a little earlier, you know, from a healthy standpoint, even though I don't go to sleep till like 2 o'clock in the morning. So if I eat dinner at like 10, 11, it's not that bad. But I know my body digests the food a lot better when I eat a little earlier. But baby, my body don't like it in the mornings. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Janelle, you know she crazy. All right, let's see if we can bring this back. I actually have not, this morning, I promise you guys, I haven't even been sitting out of trades. I just legit have not really been getting setups, which is fine. You guys know, like, I don't have to take 10, 20 trades a day. That's not the quote unquote goal. The goal is, though, if there is enough setups, present them to me, you know? But it just hasn't really been very many setups. At all, because technically, like, if we take away the one I just took that ended up invalidating itself right before the bar closed, and we take away that first trade, or the trade that I took during news, because the first trade was actually a break even, but the trade that I took like right at 9:02, then I basically only had one setup today so far, which is fine. As long as what I take gives me wins and break evens and not very many losses, that's all we care about. That is all we care about. I did also notice this morning that I'm starting to remember the rules. They're starting to stick in my brain, especially for certain setups. I haven't really, like, I've been more so looking down at my cheat sheet like, all right, I think that's invalidated. Let me look down. Okay, it is, kind of thing. So, yeah. It took me a long time to journal yesterday, and I didn't even like get pictures and stuff like that. It took a long time for me to journal. Long time. The divergence ones are the ones that's gonna always get me. Okay, zigzag, are you gonna change? Thank you. It's gonna close on the pivot level, so I don't want this to push up here. I can't take it. What was it? 3K? Equal, now it's more. Feel me, baby. All right, we're at yesterday's low right now. Ooh, that rejected fast. Are you gonna wick me out to keep going? That wouldn't be nice. Yes, you are. I told y'all the divergence, I'm still trying to figure all the way out. The POC was in the wick with seller volume. So what I was hoping was that we trapped the sellers here. But yeah, once I figure out the divergence, I'll be okay. Really just this type of divergence where it's lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. When it's the alternate divergence, that's already in the bag. We already got that one perfected. There's a couple of things with the pullback that are not necessarily not perfected. It's just I think that there's a couple of items that are a little too restrictive that I think that when the volume of the swings is a certain way, I can actually take more setups than I thought. For the most part, all the trades at my middle and major half trends are pretty much solidified. So really it's all right, no sales because we're pushing back towards the prior low. But the divergence is what's going to get me. It's going to take some time. And I don't want to stop taking the divergence trades. It's just I have to figure out, and it's just going to take time. It's going to take time. So if I'm losing divergence trades, I'm okay with it, to be honest. All right, I can't take that divergence trade though. All right, just like it took a long time to get on stream. Rudeness. Trying to be patient enough to only take two A+ setups a day. You're just trying to be like Janelle. Me too, baby. I want them payouts too, honey. Them consistent payouts. Cause don't play with her, okay? Don't do it. Don't even do it. I need to write a note for myself. I'm in a we're trading at a consolidation area. We either need to push through this zone and create the uptrend bias, or we need to push below 117.20, really 111.75. Need to push down here. Because until then, it's kind of in a place where I can't really do anything. And actually, since we're in a no trade zone, I'm gonna go use the bathroom and get me some more water. late to the charts this morning because of it, because I was tired when I finally got up. All right, I'm back. Sorry. Let's see what we got here. No, that's technically a wig. All right, still nothing. But y'all know the goal is green or break even. That is the goal. So weird because so many of my setups are like happening in these weird areas, and most of the time that's not when my trades are happening. However, that was a divergence trade, so that one doesn't really count, but I don't know. It's very weird today. Oh yeah, I got payout approvals on off yet. Hey, congratulations. Did you have to send in videos? I don't remember if that I don't think you said you had to send videos in, right? I know I know when I was watching Alpine stream yesterday while I was journaling, he was like it's like, I mean, it's 37 pages of payouts, and I'm like, yeah, but last payout cycle or the cycle before, I can't remember which one, there was 110 pages. I know that they've been asking a lot of people to send in the videos or whatever, and I don't know, it's just looking a little, not really sketch, but I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, like I said before, I don't have a problem with them doing that because you're trying to confirm that people are actually trading their own accounts and all these other things. And it does seem like there's some kind of trigger, but I don't know. It's just a little weird. So I'm curious to see what the payout numbers end up looking like, to be honest with you. Oh, that's that level. Okay. Very curious to see in the end what the numbers are going to look like. Only one approval from Top Step. She is on fire. No video request for me. Something don't sound right to me. First time I heard of that. Bet numbers will be down for payouts. I submitted a help desk. Failed a PA due to a system error. Let us know how that goes. Pimp Daddy Trades. So The biggest thing, and we talked about this a couple of days ago, is that they've been asking for that. This is nothing new, but people are just now realizing because it's more publicized, because more people are being asked. But you also have to understand that there are more people that are trading in groups. There are more people who are using these. I'm pretty sure you see the ads. We'll pass your combine for you and trade your PA for you, and you just give us a certain percentage. Like, you can't do that. That's why some of the people who are getting the email, like if they ever get the email and like it'll say what is your relation to, and it'll have a whole bunch of people's names listed. It's because they're using copy trading services, or they're trading in groups. And so the people who are listed in that section are people who have basically the same trades as the people who are being requested to send videos. Like I said, I don't have a problem with them sending videos, because to me, okay, it's just like people who were upset about the verif process. Why am I sending you my ID and a picture of myself and blah, blah, blah? Like, you guys do know that most legit brokers, you have to send them a copy of your driver's license in the process of them approve. Like, they won't even approve for you to have an account without seeing you verifying yourself, a license and proof of address. So there are certain things where people are like, you're invading my privacy. You want me to pay you without knowing who the fuck you are? Like, are we for real here? What job do you start? I've been a 1099 contractor for a long time. Every agency that I've worked for, I had to give them a copy of my ID. I had to show proof of address. There are certain things where it's like, okay, now y'all are just kind of tripping. But other stuff is like, I get it. You know, if you are somebody who has gotten triggered and it's like, I'm not doing anything, but if you're not doing anything, just send the video. Maybe I'm biased because I record myself every day anyway, and I trade live anyway. But yeah, I mean, to me, if that is the only way for you to feel like you can really crack down on some of the fraud, because I'm pretty sure that after you're triggered and you send the videos once, that's probably the only time you'll ever have to do that, and they'll move on. Unless something else pops up where, okay, let's say that you are doing stuff legit and, you know, you're struggling a little bit. So then, but they sent you the video request, they approve your payouts, fine. But then later down the line, the system is showing them that you have the same exact trades as 10 other people. You're probably going to be triggered again, because now they know that you are trading in a group, or you're using copy trading services. So, you know, like I said, when we had this conversation before, you can't talk about how other companies are not requiring this and Apex is, because other companies don't have the level of fraud that Apex does. They just don't. So you can't really compare where people don't compete. That's just my thought process on it. But I don't know. Because of the number of people that I've seen be requested, I just wonder if they're going to be able to get through all of the videos. Because what they used to do was, if they requested, most of the time, unless they pretty much have pretty good proof that you are doing something fraudulent, they would make sure that they get through your videos in the same payout cycle so that you don't miss a payout cycle. But I don't know if they'll be able to get through all those videos, because I've seen a lot of people saying that they requested, but then at the same time, it looks like a lot of people on social media, right? Because the only people talking about being requested are the people who are being requested. So you don't pay attention to all the people who are not being requested and got their payouts approved with no problem. So I don't know, but I just know there are some people who feel like they're doing it because they're trying to delay payouts because they're losing money, or, you know, running out of money, or whatever the case may be. I just don't think that. Like, when you have a business, right? If you see that certain metrics are just not being made and there's nothing that you could do about it because of the business model, there are much better things that you can do to recoup money than to delay payouts. Like, because if you're delaying the payouts to still pay people out, you're still going to have the same problem. You get what I mean? I really legitimately think that they're trying to figure out where the fraud is, crack down on it, and possibly come out with systems, because this is the thing. If somebody's who's doing something fraudulently submits the video, submits the log, because some people are asked for log files, there's a reason why, right? That's the only way for you to build automated systems to find some of this stuff, right? Because it used to be where honestly the only people who would really take a very long time to be approved or anything like that was if you broke the consistency or the flipping rule. If you didn't break either one of those, you were getting approved pretty quickly. But because of that automated system, so many people were able to skate by doing fraudulent things and scheming because all you had to do was be within those parameters, right? So I get a lot of why they're doing certain things. Unfortunately, in the process of you trying to prevent certain people from doing certain things, you kind of screw over the people who are not doing things fraudulently, unfortunately. So you just got to kind of take it for what it is, honestly. Kind of ain't got no choice. Plus, their system is always messing up now. Can't close out the trades, and now you got to do emergency flat on the website, but they want a video. I feel like the systems have been kind of okay. Let's back up here. Rhythmic sucks. It's not Apex. Apex does not own the data server. It is Rhythmic. Okay. To give you guys context, I bought my very first account 2 years ago. My best friend, who's a trader, bought his first account before I did. We have been complaining about Rhythmic since we first purchased our accounts. Okay, because we have had CQG accounts and NinjaTrader brokerage accounts for 5 years. Well, at that time it was 3 years, and never had the issues that we had with Rhythmic. Yes, when you trade Rhythmic on other prop firms, you don't have the issues that you have with Apex, but it's not because of Apex, it's because of Rhythmic. The only thing that Apex can take responsibility for is that they're a bigger prop firm, so they give them too much traffic. But that is up to Rhythmic to fix. Okay, let's just make that clear. And Rhythmic just sucks. Like I said, I've been complaining about Rhythmic for 2 years now. They suck. I don't feel like they maintain their sim servers the way that they do live. And the reason why I say that is because if the things that go on in the prop firm accounts, whether it's Apex, whoever, if those things happen on your live accounts as often as they do on these sim servers, people would have already had a class action lawsuit against Rhythmic from losing their for real money. Don't get me wrong, your prop money is still real money because it can be converted into real money. But I mean, like, if I lost thousands of dollars and you have all these people losing thousands of dollars because of orders not going through, you keep flipping my orders back and forth and I'm not even clicking anything. If that stuff was happening as often as it does on these sim servers on live accounts, Rhythmic would be out of business by now. They would. So you always have to keep that in mind as well. They don't want you being trading in groups. No. Yep. Yeah. And that's the other thing. They use bots to do this we trade for you thing. And they're completely automated. That's against the rules as well. It shows in the log files. There's proof of, I think it was in one of the videos John put out or some video that I watched. I'm pretty sure it's that, where people were literally contacting Replicanto to say, hey, Apex is now asking me for log files. How do I not show that this is being copied from someone over here that I'm paying services for? How do I not show that in my log files? Oh, just download the log files and delete those lines. What? First of all, they can see that that's manipulated, people. Are you crazy? So your account that I can see the back end of says that you took 10 trades today, but your log file shows 3. Come on, man. Because you took 3 manually, but you made sure that you deleted all the ones that was from the bot that you're paying for somebody over. Come on. Yeah. Pimp Daddy trades. The reason why trading as a group trading is a no-no, because a lot of people, so you have some groups that group trade in an attempt to hedge. All right, so this group of people over here are going to do this and this group of people over here are going to do that. The other problem is, okay, let's put the hat on of you are the prop firm owner, right? And you are looking for legitimate traders to put into live accounts. Now, every prop firm puts people into live, or at least attempts to, because you can't force people to go live. Because if you request for me to go live, baby, I'm going to request for you to give me all my money, and I'm going to put my money in a NinjaTrader brokerage account. That's just what I'm going to do, right? But if I'm looking for traders to fund, okay, and you're trading in a group, and you are someone who doesn't even know what the fuck you're doing, there is a possibility that I can put you live, and let's say that group goes away, but you keep trading because you done hit a high note, right? Like, you making all this money or whatever, so you keep trading. Now you losing my real money because you never knew how to trade. You were group trading the entire time. That's the problem. So what's happening is, like, when I first started seeing a bunch of people saying that they were being requested to show certain stuff and stuff like that, that was people who were trading in groups. And they were upset because part of what you have to do is not only show that you are taking the trades, but you have to show how you prepared for the day and why you were looking for this level, and explain why you took that trade. And these people couldn't explain shit. I've seen screenshots of people in these group discords saying, hey, I got the email. What am I supposed to do? Why? Because they're taking signals, right? Most people who are group trading, they have this guru, their guru, who will sit there and say, they'll alert, here's a trade idea. If price gets to this zone, we're taking a sell as long as this doesn't invalidate. So when they're asked live, why are you taking the trade? They don't know. You don't ever see in these discords where the guru, the leader, is typing out, all right, we're taking this trade because it's getting to this level and volume looks like this and da-da-da-da-da, and we hit this and all of these things validated the trade. You don't see that. It's, hey, sell at such and such. So when Apex asks you to explain why you took the trade, you can't. Because your leader didn't tell you why y'all was taking the trade. They just said take it. I wouldn't want to fund anybody like that. I'm not putting my hard-earned money behind somebody who don't know how to trade. They're just taking signals from someone. Hell no. That's why you can't group trade. And honestly, you shouldn't want to group trade. Everybody's goal should be to learn how to trade themselves. Like, this was probably, I don't even know, maybe like 6 years ago, where I was in a group where the guy, he traded with Bookmap and some other stuff. I mean, he had so much stuff on his chart. I didn't even want to learn how to trade from him, but he was so good that I just wanted the signals. Okay. Don't teach me nothing that's on your screen, because your screen is giving me anxiety, but just call them signals out. And we were trading ES and, $200 a pop on the wins, and it wasn't losing very often. I made some nice, decent money, right? But I only did it because at the time I was trying to figure out like how I wanted to trade and things like that. So in the process, of course, I want to learn while I earn. I earn while I learn. Absolutely. I do. But I also wasn't stupid enough to think that that was going to be the way forever, right? Some of these people are making such decent money trading in groups that they forget the whole goal of, you need to learn how to do this yourself. Because if that group owner dies today, tomorrow, or just up and decides, you know what, I made so much money, F y'all, what are you going to do? Let's say that you're making like $10,000 a month, right? Because you got multiple accounts, you're making $10,000 a month from group signals. And this person, and now, you live a modest lifestyle. You don't need to work. You've retired yourself, all these other things. And now this person decides, you know what, y'all, I'm done with this. I'm out. I want to go enjoy my life. Now, where your $10,000 a month going to go to? Because you don't know how to trade yourself. But too many people try to rush the process and they get stuck in what they're making over here automatically from not knowing anything, that they forget where the money really is. And that's in you knowing what the hell you're doing. learning the actual skill that can pay you forever. They don't think about that though. Goo-woo. Yo, goo-woo. All right, we keep having very weak pullbacks after creating new lows. This is the third week pullback, so let's see if we continue down. If we start pushing up, we are starting to trade. We're getting close to the major support level, so we're at the bottom of the zone, which is a 250 point zone. There's the fourth week pullback. But yeah, I understand why Apex is doing certain things, but what I do not want is for that to slow down the process of people who like to get paid though. Like, that's not cool. Now, if it's people who you really think are doing something fraudulently or whatever, by all means, if they're delayed, whatever. But I don't like it delaying people who are trading legitimately. I told you guys there's a mod that was requested as well to send stuff. Ooh. $389, $496. Ooh, y'all see that? That popped down so fast it didn't even feel me. All I heard was order submitted, order canceled immediately. That's how fast. That's how fast that popped down. You know what? That should have actually filled me. But this is what I mean by like the lag with rhythmic order data submission. I should have been filled right here. But that's all right. It is what it is. That would have been a great trade. 460. Oh, I missed that. Amelia, what you talking about? What you talking about, girl? Man, that happened so fast. Why you gotta go and do that? I think it's supposed to be... I had a trade that lost like that again. It like that yesterday. That's why I didn't take this, because I had a feeling. Y'all know I don't like trading off feelings, but it's just something about this particular divergence pullback that I don't like. It's like at my middle half trend, and I feel like it lost like that yesterday as well. I think it's the double bottom middle. I used to trade a certain way when there was a double bottom or double top middle, and I stopped trading that way, but I think I probably need to go back to doing that, because I feel like the one that lost yesterday was a double bottom or double top middle as well, but I would have to go back and look when I journal. I told you guys my goal is to anything that I'm questioning because of all the chart time I've been putting in, I'm gonna sit out of it, because I told y'all the some of the trades at my middle level I'm not all the way sure about just yet. A lot of how I used to trade the POC is pulled over, but certain things I haven't pulled over yet because I don't know if it matters. But I think that double bottom middle matters. What I used to do was, if there was a double bottom or double top middle, the POC couldn't clear the half trend, and it cleared it. And I think that's the problem. But we'll see. I can't take sales right now. My levels are out of order. I would probably need to see it come back and test the session low in order for them to get back in order. The mod that had to send the video. Oh, he didn't say it publicly. That's why I thought one of the triggers might be large PA number. That is actually one of the well, no. I think that when you have a large number of PAs with only a few payouts, you don't trigger being sent videos. I think you automatically get put in probation though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you get probation. Which some people are upset about that, but this is the thing. Obviously, the company cares about the traders to a certain extent, because if they didn't, they wouldn't give a damn if you were 3,000 evals or PAs in with no payout, because they're making money off of your failures. But they're putting you on probation because they're trying to tell you, hey, slow your ass down. You're wasting too much money here. And the goal is not to see somebody just keep going through accounts. That's not the goal, right? Slow down, figure yourself out, because I don't want to put you live. I don't ever want to put you live, actually. I need some chicken salad in my life. The one with the grapes in it. Wait, you eat grapes in your salad? And you was the one talking about turkey bacon never hit? Ma'am. Does the, wait. Does the salad dressing hit your grapes? Ma'am, what is you doing? Cause what? I don't know about that, Apple Jacks. I don't know about that one. I think you can keep that burst of sweetness, honey. I don't know about that. I wanted the rejection right there. Oh, I think we still got it. Oh, no. We pushed down too far now. You almost caught me, market. You almost caught me. It's chicken salad, not regular salad. You never had chicken salad? I'm allergic to chicken, ma'am. You're not a fan of grapes and food? Good morning, Trenches. How are you this morning? Let me go look up what chicken salad is. It's probably one of those things that I probably saw at like a baby shower and I was like, ew, what's that? Oh, it looks like tuna. Is that basically what it kind of is? Like tuna? It looks like tuna. So my mouth is getting dry because I'm thinking about grapes in my tuna now. Wait. Oh, this person looks like they got cranberries in it. Oh no, that's grapes. So basically you look like that. With the little cut up grapes in there. Apple Jacks. I don't know about that one. It's like tuna, but it's chicken. Do you put grapes in your tuna too? I'm concerned. I'm concerned. Wait, what did it say is in there? Wait a minute. Chicken salad is any salad with chicken as the main ingredient. Other common ingredients include mayo, hard-boiled eggs, celery, onion, pepper, pickles, and a variety of mustards and grapes. Celery, grapes, herbs, and highly addictive. You know what? Maybe one day I'll try making that, but with turkey. Have you ever had a turkey salad? Oh man. All right, this zone is actually holding up. If we broke it, we would have been back in a downtrend, but we're pushing pretty hard off of it. I don't know. My thoughts ain't good. It ain't good. All right, let's unlock that. This was the original level or zone that we changed to an uptrend with. And now we're basically kind of consolidating between the two, which is not good. I'm allergic to chicken and eggs, but y'all don't know good eating, baby. The way that thing looks, I'm not sure you do. And I thought you was the foodie because you always hungry. But no, I'm allergic to chicken and eggs. And I didn't find out until almost 5 years ago. And the crazy thing is, that's primarily what I ate growing up. I never had like rashes or anything like that, but basically it was causing infertility and a bunch of reproductive issues that I had since I was like 10. And initially, like, because I had like cysts really bad. And I think I told this story before. When I was in my first year of college, I was in basketball practice one day and I almost failed because my leg just completely gave out on me and I couldn't really feel it that well. So my coach made me go back home to get tested, and they did an ultrasound, basically realized one of the cysts was like pushing on one of my nerves. But I was young and I didn't want to have surgery because I had just had ACL reconstruction when I was 15. So baby, she wasn't doing another surgery. No. So what they did was they put me on birth control for like a year, to which, by the way, did y'all know that they just classified birth control as a level 1 carcinogen recently? Yeah. But anyway, so I was like, I'm not getting on birth control. But then I said, well, because they told me that if I didn't, I would probably be infertile by my early 20s. And she didn't want that. I wanted to be a mom so bad. So I was like, all right, well, let's do the birth control for a year, which I did. And the cyst went away, which was fine, but I wouldn't stand on that stuff. So I had to have a reproductive surgery when I was about 22. And I was still having like a bunch of problems. And I remember I got an ultrasound done, and it was so bad that I never got the results. Because you know how they're not supposed to tell you anything, the ultrasound tech. Well, when you're a nurse, sometimes you get special treatment, okay? And so, yeah, she was like, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but you have a lot of masses. And I was like, masses? And she said, yeah, you're going to need to follow up with the doctor. And I was like, wait, masses could mean cancer, right? And she was like, yeah. And I just remember I ran out of there crying. Okay, I never got my results. And so I remember that I had went to this holistic store close to my house. And I kind of told them what was going on. Like, you know, I have a history of polycystic ovarian syndrome and I have all these issues and blah, blah, blah. So they put me on this supplement called, not put me on, like prescribed, but they put me onto it. It's called EFM. It's created by Nature's Way, not Nature's Gate. I'm pretty sure it's Nature's Way. And so I started taking that, and between that and also going to the chiropractor, everything was starting to be normal for the first time in my life. Like ever since I hit puberty, everything was abnormal. And so the other thing that I found out was that because my back from the middle of my spine to my tailbone twists in a spiral, so part of my lower back that should be facing my back is like facing my left hip. But part of the problem with that is that when my spine is twisted like that, the disc space is so small that it's compressing certain nerves. Well, your nerves that go to your reproductive system, your bladder, part of your bowels and everything, that's in your lower back. So, my reproductive organs were not really getting the proper nerve supply. So when I started going to the chiropractor, that started helping. And then when you add on this natural supplement, because it wasn't a hormonal supplement, it helps balance your hormones, but there's no hormones in it. So I got on that. It started to help. Everything was cool. And I remember I went back to the doctor like probably a year and a half after getting that. I want to know how this plays out, because this is a trade where I think I could start taking, but I'm not all the way sure. All right, nope, that would have been the loss right there. That's why I'm not sure about it yet. But anyway, so I go back to the doctor and I'm like, all right, I want you guys to test, like do fertility testing to make sure that I'm not infertile. And she was like, well, before we do that, let's follow up with your ultrasound. And let's just see like how your ovaries are looking, blah, blah, blah. And I actually ended up having the same ultrasound tech. And the only reason we realized it was because when she was done, I said, hey, about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I came here, got an ultrasound done. I ran out of here crying because somebody told me that I had masses and I was scared. So I ran out. I never knew what the results were. And she was like, oh my gosh, I remember you. She said, well, I'm not supposed to tell you this. I said, oh God. She said, but whatever you have done since you last saw us, keep doing it because almost everything is gone. I was like, what? So I get the results. I still have them to this day. And not only did I have a whole bunch of masses of what they call unknown etiology, meaning they don't know what's causing it. I had cysts. I had fibroids everywhere. I had freestanding fluid in my pelvis that contained debris. How do I got trash in my, what? Debris? Where's the debris coming from? And my uterus was like 33% enlarged. And yeah, my follow-up, everything was gone except one really, really tiny fibroid that did not grow or shrink. And that was that. So when I stopped eating, I think I had stopped eating chicken around, no, I was still eating chicken at the time, but I still was getting like certain issues. What I would notice was that whenever I ate chicken, I started having problems. And I was like, wait a minute. And then whenever I would eat eggs, same thing. And so I stopped eating it and I don't have any issues whatsoever. And because we have men here, I'm not going to tell you what the issues were, but just to know it was not pleasant. Okay. It was not pleasant at all. It was not. And yeah. And come to find out, my sister, same thing. Now I can eat eggs from a standpoint of like, if you bake a cake and you put eggs in the batter, I'm not going to have issues. But like scrambled eggs, any eggs like that, I can't do it. And no chicken at all. It does not matter how you cook the chicken. It does not matter if it's free range free, cage free. It does not matter. I can't do it. I can't. Have adenomyosis. Makes life a lot of fun. Debris. Yes, debris. The men can hush and learn something new. Okay, well, this is what would happen. Men, mute your mic for like 10 seconds. Whenever I would eat chicken or eggs, I could literally just come off of my cycle. 2 days ago, if I ate chicken, I would spot all the way into my next period, or eggs, either one. It also makes sense that they call it an allergy, but I mean, when you're highly sensitive to something like that, they're going to call it an allergy. You don't have to have hives to have an allergy. You get what I'm saying? Or go into anaphylactic shock. But yeah, my body does not like it at all. And from my standpoint, even when you get like hormone free, whatever, like animals still have their own hormones. Okay. So it doesn't really matter. And I thought that if I ate range free chicken, that it would be okay, or cage free, because they don't have the stress. They shouldn't have as many stress, like cortisol and things like that in their muscles, which is what we basically eat when we eat animals. They shouldn't have that stored as much in their muscles because they don't go through as much stress, because they're not sitting here in cages with 100 of them in a small cage, right? So initially I thought that if I ate range-free chicken that I would be okay, but it doesn't change anything. And my sister, same thing. Like when we were growing up, she would have to stay home during that time of the month. And ever since, she stopped eating chicken a year before I did. And when I saw the huge difference in like, oh, she's not doubled over in pain for 4 days. She's not sleeping or laying in a fetal position for 4 days straight. Like, she's fine. My sister? Are you sure? And when I saw that, I was like, oh, maybe that's my problem. Now, I didn't have like those kind of issues. I wasn't heavy. Like I didn't have any of those kind of issues, but I had all the other issues where it was like, I take that all day, every day over this. Like, I didn't want to be infertile, but yeah. And I'm going to tell you something. When I started sharing like on social media about my journey with like chicken and how it was affecting me and things like that, I have a couple of classmates who saw my videos or saw my posts on social media, and they didn't realize that some of the issue, because some of them didn't realize they had reproductive issues because they were still having children and stuff like that. They just thought that cysts were, I mean, I don't know why anybody would think something abnormal is normal. You get what I'm saying? But I get it at the same time. And so, yeah, a couple of them actually stopped eating chicken and literally all their issues went away. And I remember one of the girls, she said, I stopped eating chicken because of, you know, what you were saying. And I didn't realize how much of a positive impact it had on my body until I started eating chicken again. She said, can you tell me what you said was happening when you were eating chicken? And I told her, she said, oh my gosh, that's all the symptoms that I've been having since I started eating chicken again. And we don't think about it because that's like probably the number one meat that we eat. I don't know about other cultures, but at least in the Black culture, baby, that's what you eat. Okay. Like I said, that was my number one thing that I ate as a kid, to be honest with you. But I can't eat it. Shoot, I can't. There's nothing I can do about it. Nothing. But yeah. So that's like why with my niece, for instance, when I am babysitting her, I try not to give her too much chicken. She thinks she's eating chicken. Most of the time she's eating quail or turkey. But she'll swear up and down, I don't like turkey, girl. That's what you eat when you're over here. But I do that because it's like, I just know too many women that chicken affects. And I would like for her parents to think about that now. But yeah, you can only do so much, you know? But yeah. I wish men and the powers that be would take the time to understand the internal health. Yes, Janelle. Agreed. And I'm one of those people, like, I don't really get into politics and things like that, but it's like certain stuff, can we just stop trying to police certain things? Because, well, first of all, let's not even think about it from the woman's body, that aspect. Let's think about the fact that the people who are trying to put certain laws in place, and I'm not going to do politics on my channel, but I just want people to think about this. How many kids that are in orphanages, that are in group homes, that are in foster homes, getting abused, even if they're not getting abused, how many of these people who are in place to put these laws in place, how many kids have they adopted? How many kids have you sponsored monthly in this country, not sending $5 over to China every month, or in Africa? I'm talking about in this country. How many kids do you take care of that are not biologically yours, who need help? That's the only standpoint that I have, because there are thousands of kids who are here, who didn't ask to be here, who are not being taken care of. But now you're trying to force more kids to be in these predicaments. Why? That's the only question I have. Fooling that baby. Oh, baby, let me tell you something. They love them some quail. They don't know it. Oh, let me tell y'all the story about the duck. This was around maybe Christmas. Do we have Christmas breakfast over here? No, it wasn't. It might have been Thanksgiving. So my nephew, who just turned 6, he's so smart. I cannot stand him. So when they got here, all 3 of the kids were in the, y'all, I literally have no trades to take. I'm sorry. But at least I'm not forcing it. But so they all came into the kitchen because they were gonna eat, and we, of course, we have them sit at the table to eat. And so I opened up the duck because I'm making my own plate. Okay, I done already made their plate. They good here. So I'm making my plate, and my nephew goes, "TT, what's that? Is that chicken? I want chicken." I said, "No, it's duck." "It's duck? Oh, TT, please don't eat the pretty duck. Ducks are too pretty. Please don't eat it, please. You can't eat duck. Why are you eating duck? Where's the chicken?" I'm thinking, baby, what's the difference between a chicken and a duck? So I'm like, okay, Coco, I'm not going to eat the duck. So, baby, I waited till he left up out that room, and I put the duck on my plate. So he comes back in the kitchen. Here go my niece. Cohen, TT got some duck on her plate. You said you weren't going to eat the duck. So his dad comes in there. His daddy comes in the kitchen, and he starts to make him a plate. He putting duck. "Daddy, whatever you do, don't eat the duck. The duck is pretty. Please don't eat the duck." "Daddy, you can't eat the duck. You're not going to eat the duck, right?" He like, "All right, Cohen, I ain't going to eat the duck." So they over in the living room playing on the piano. And so my cousin, his dad, he puts the duck on his plate anyway, right? So he's sitting on the couch. Y'all, I kid you not, this is what my nephew came in. He came in the family room and did this. Y'all, he was walking back and forth with his hands on his hips and said, "Daddy, what's that on your plate?" He said, "Cohen, that's chicken. That's chicken, bud." He said, "Daddy, is that the duck I told you not to eat?" "Nah." Here go my niece, Amora. "Cohen, that's duck on Daddy's plate." I said, "Bro," because he was 5 at the time. I said, "You gonna let a 5-year-old punk you? You ain't gonna eat the duck." He said, "Man, I'm eating this motherfucking duck." My nephew was almost in tears, y'all, because he could not believe that we was eating a pretty duck. "Baby, this duck tastes too good, okay? TT need this duck. I don't know what you talking about." Y'all, my nephew was livid. Do you hear me? Livid. He was pissed. But that duck was so good. My sister and her boyfriend, I think they put it on the grill. Oh, baby. It was so good. Yes, baby. The duck already dead. And if you think I'm letting this duck go to waste, because honestly, I've always loved turkey, duck, quail, alligator, anything over chicken, to be honest. And when you don't eat chicken for a long time, even when you start to kind of transition yourself, you'll start to realize that chicken tastes dirty. Like, it don't taste like dirt, but it tastes dirty. Like, all the other meats taste so much cleaner. I don't know how to describe it, but it tastes cleaner. So it's like, it wasn't hard for me to give up chicken, even though I ate it all the time. The only thing that sucks is that the alternatives are so expensive. But chicken is pretty expensive now too sometimes. But I wish that you know how you can get those rotisserie chickens from Sam's for a couple dollars? Like, I wish that they had that with like turkey or something. A duck is really expensive. A duck is usually like $25-30. That's expensive. But what else do you do? Quail is pretty expensive too. Now I love me some quail. I remember one time I had quail, and I'm pretty sure, did I have a pressure cooker then? I'm pretty sure I cooked it in the pressure cooker. Took it over to my aunt's house. The kids were there. Baby, they hanging all off. I want some chicken TT. I'm like, this ain't chicken. What is it? Quail. I want some. So I gave them some, and baby, and you know, quail is not that big, right? And it has a lot of bones and stuff. So I'm like picking the bones out, giving it to them. My nephew hanging on one leg, my niece over here like this, waiting for more. And I'm just like, so I basically can't eat my food. But quail is really good. Really, really good. But I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I really could go for some chicken. Oof. It'd be some place where I'm just like, bruh, if only I could devour that chicken right now. I'm not gonna lie to you, I do miss it sometimes. All right, what? Can't take that just yet. And you're gonna drop here, aren't you? Of course you are. Couldn't take it though, because of the level that bar touched, unfortunately. Today was a doozy. Let's see, that's a 10-second. What does a 30-second chart look like? Well, that's why. I mean, I'm surprised I didn't get action here. Very interesting. But it being a break-even day, it's cool with me. I think I've had the 10 over there for a while. Quail is small and yeah, it's very expensive. Like the grocery store that I get it from, I think it's like $9 for like just half of it or something like that, maybe $10. I haven't got it in so long because I was like, okay, you're doing too much. Just like beef bacon. Well, I forgot to call the butchers that one day because I forgot what I ended up having to do. I need to see how expensive it is there, but $7 for 7 slices of bacon is a little insane. And then also, I don't even know if I've ever seen any uncured bacon. I prefer uncured. I don't like cured bacon at all. Ever since I got put onto uncured, don't give me that salty mess. And it doesn't taste any different. That's the thing. Like, it doesn't taste different, but the salt content is so significantly lower. Significantly. So, yeah. But honestly, after I go through this pack of turkey bacon, I'm probably going to stop eating it again because I just don't like eating processed foods like that. The little bit of processed foods that I eat is usually like, I'll buy a bag of chips like once a month. Aside from that, I eat fruits, vegetables, and whatever meat I'm having for dinner. But yeah, I don't really like eating processed foods like that. All right, we got 8 minutes left. I highly doubt anything happens. I mean, nothing has happened literally all day. All the levels have just either been out of order, they've been too close together. Just a lot of stuff, honestly. Or trades like this where great trade, but we didn't break the level that I wanted to see it break. Had we broken that level, I would have been able to take that trade. However, it might have broken even because I got to break even when it gets to that zone, but just nothing really happening today. That's okay. Nope. I was even looking at that trade. That was invalidated. I would have lost it, you could see. But it was invalidated. So we were able to sit out of it. That's not valid. I wanted the zigzag to be opposite. And it was not. The market just doesn't like me today. You were so nice yesterday. Oh yeah, I did when I journaled yesterday, I told you guys that both the losses that I took weren't even supposed to be trades to be taken. But when I did journal yesterday, I think there was a total of like 18 setups yesterday. 14 wins, 2 losses, and 2 break-evens. Can't take that first pullback either, so we be looking at divergence, which I don't know will happen in the next 6 minutes. Let's see. Just got a PA over payout threshold, and this time I'm nowhere near. Ooh, congratulations, Trenches. What account size is this one? I'm gonna go on my last vacation on the 11th, and I'm in grad mode the rest of the year. And where are you going? You always on vacation. Poor Nacho was on fire for 7 days. I think he blew up all his accounts last Thursday, Friday. Which Discord server is he talking in? Because I'm in Cayenne's Discord, but I've only said something maybe twice in there. I'm just trying to figure out if the regular Discord is ever coming back. I don't know. It kind of had me thinking to go ahead. I know you guys have been asking me if I'm ever going to do a Discord, and I don't want to. But at the same time, if the Apex Discord is not going to come back, I would rather have my own 50 account in Cancun. Ooh. Trenches, have you ever been to Cocobonga when you go to Cancun? Hope my top step payout gets correct, or PA gets corrected, trying to get 10K. Ooh, I hope so too. Do you think it's a possibility that they'll fix it? You think? Yeah, Amelia, Nacho does, he DCAs. I actually talked to him about it because I was asking him, like, whenever he's off his probation, is he ever going to come back to Apex? And he was like, I'm not sure. He said, probably not, because the strategy that he uses is DCA. Like, he adds, I feel like he said at every certain number of points he adds, when it's going against him. He was like, and you know, it could get a little heavy. Damn it, I was hoping that set up. But yeah, he said that he's just sticking to the DCA friendly props, which, hey, you gotta go where it makes sense for your strategy. This is another prop firm, the Cayenne I joined the other day, but not in it very much. Me neither. Taking the kid to Planet Hollywood for her B-Day. Ooh, that'll be fun. That will be fun. All right, the biggest problem with divergence here do I want to chance it? Because then I would end up negative if it loses. Nope. And now I'm going to be pissed if it wins, because I could have been green instead of break even. It's going to push through. You're a bitch. Oh my god! Ooh. Applejacks, cue the stew. But in my defense, I did say earlier that the divergence trades are a little tricky for me right now. One of the things that I think I don't have to do anymore is break even at the prime low, because you guys know, like, when I would buy here, once it hit the prime low, I would have to break even, which is what would have done that in this bar if I would have taken it and broke even there. But I don't think I have to do it anymore, which is why I would have possibly let it go. But also, I'm just confused about some of the divergence, like especially with the new high and low. I think I could still take all of those trades no matter what. But I'm still just confused on it. So cue the stew. Part of it, I didn't want to end up negative either, but I literally said it earlier in the stream that the divergence is a little tricky right now. So you really shouldn't, Stu, for real, for real. I'm feeling they may reset it, losing. Ooh, that wouldn't be nice. Justin Nacho is sitting on 400K balances. Oh, so he didn't blow up? Somebody, people I know out there right now, that was at Coca Trenches. Cocabunga is the shit. Okay? Trust you me. I've been there like 3 or 4 times, and I do not club at all. I do not go to clubs. But that one, all day, every day. I want to open one of those in the United States one day. Hello, Victoria. Good morning. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I'm actually on my way out, baby girl, but I only trade 8:30 to 10:45, and it's almost 10:45. But good morning. Hello. How are you? But yeah, Trenches, Cocabunga. Listen, my first time going there was we went on this trip to Cancun. It was like 40 of us, and we went because the company that we were in had like a little travel club, and they also had like travel vouchers. So the company wanted us to tour some of the properties so that, you know, while we're giving the vouchers out or selling them or whatever, we kind of had the experience ourselves. So they decided that they wanted to go there, and at the time it was like $70 or $75 to get in. And so first of all, I was like, who about to pay that? I don't even club. Why would I pay that to go to this club? But they just kept telling me like, this club is so dope. That's what the people at the resort was telling us. Like, the club is really nice, blah blah blah. So I'm like, all right, whatever. And it was unlimited back then. I think now, because the last time I went was right before COVID happened. I think you got unlimited certain mixed drinks, but it wasn't unlimited shots. Back then though, it was unlimited shots as well. And so the guy told us when they got us there on the, you know, tour bus or whatever, they were like, all right, it was 9 o'clock, I remember, or 8 o'clock, 8 or 9 o'clock. And they said, all right, you have to be back at the bus by 3:15 because we are taking off at 3:15. Whether you there or not, you will be left on this side of town if you don't come on. So we first get there and they're playing like Elvis music, 50s, 60s. And we like, what is this? Why do y'all have us here? And we supposed to be here to how long? But what ended up happening was, over time, like they don't do this now, but back then they started with 50s music and just worked their way up every decade. They had different impersonators. It was basically like seeing Vegas shows inside of a club. They did Beetlejuice, which I know they still have to this day. So when I went back then, they had Beetlejuice. They had a J-Lo impersonator, Chris Brown, Rihanna, Michael Jackson, Beyonce, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And so it's like a multi-level club, and on one of the top levels there's like this balcony, right, that some of them will perform on, and then they also have like a big stage in the middle. And so, like I said, it was 40 of us. There were but I think when we went to the club it was probably like 15, maybe 20 of us. And so it was only me and one other chick, and first of all, she don't drink clear liquor. She blacks out, and they gave us clear liquor shots. So I lost her. I didn't know where she was. I go down the steps to the bathroom. She walking out the men's bathroom, going across to the women's bathroom because they didn't put her out because she just sitting there on the toilet, like practically passed out. But we had a good time, and it was so crazy because we were having so much fun that one of us looked at our phones and was like, y'all, it's 3 o'clock. We gotta go. We gathering up everybody. We run into the bus. We get there at like 3:10. I mean, we were running fast. It was the most fun I had ever had. So every time I go back to Cancun with people, I always tell them that we should go to Cocabunga. So we went again when we went right before COVID happened, or right as COVID was happening, because it was like around September, if I'm not mistaken, of that year. We went for my cousin's bachelorette, and I was like, look, y'all know I don't club. Y'all know I don't care what we do, but y'all have to experience this. When I tell y'all, we had so much fun. One of the girls who was a bridesmaid, we lost her. We didn't know where the hell she was. We look up on the big screen. This girl is on the main stage dancing. So they had some of the same acts, but they also had like acrobats. Like, you know how they do the what is it called? Is it aerial aerobics, I think, where they like hang from those, not the strings, it's like pieces of fabric. They did that. They did some kind of impersonation from, what was that one show that everybody was hell bent on watching. It was like a Greek type of show. I can't remember, but they had that. It's legit so dope, I swear. And it's so worth it. I'm doing good. My stop time is 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on high news days. You trade Asian? You're crazy. You like watching paint dry, Victoria? Yeah, Amelia, the straps. Yeah. Like the little pieces of fabric that just hang, and they just like do all these aerobic things, and they're flipping and turning and doing all kind of stuff. Like, it's so dope. Maybe tomorrow, if I can find the videos on my hard drive, I'll show y'all some of the videos. It was so much fun, for real. Victoria likes watching paint dry. Honey. I used to trade agent, but really I would just trade like the first hour of the open, and that was it, because I ain't have time at all. All right, so let's get out of here. I took 6 trades today. I won 2, lost 2, broke even on 2. I should have taken that last divergence trade, but you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you just don't want to be red. I'm on a streak right now. Okay. But I do, after seeing that trade work out, where it was the divergence off of the session low, right? It wasn't that one. Wherever it was, here, I think. I do feel more comfortable going ahead and taking it, because I didn't know if I needed the POC volume to be a certain thing when we're going off of the new low. And again, I didn't know if I needed to break even at the prime lows and highs anymore, which I do not need to do. Rotation levels, yes, but prime high and lows, I don't need to. So we ended up break even, which is fine. Every day since Friday the 19th has been green or break even. So we continue the streak. I kind of cheated a little bit, but I mean, I technically should have been green anyway. Let me show you guys the accounts real quick. So we have to have a pretty decent day tomorrow, because account 22 needs to be back at full drawdown by the end of this session. If I'm actually pretty close, I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna go ahead and carry the balance over, and I'm not really gonna care, because I feel confident enough in this order flow version of the strategy where I don't mind if I'm down, like if I'm like $50 off or $100 off or something. I will just go ahead and carry the balance. It's no big deal. But this is where the accounts are. So basically break even minus a little bit of commissions, and that's it. I did take 2 trades on this one that didn't copy over. I did not do it on purpose. What I told you guys when I first got on the charts, I was having chart render issues, and so I forgot that when I closed NinjaTrader and reopened it, I had to turn the copy trader back on. So that's the only reason for that. And that's it. That'll be next summer. I'll go then. Okay, Trenches, I'll remind you. Yes, low risk for me. I said it. Create my alarms and walk away. I only do it in high news days. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. You too. And I hope to see you again soon. Like I said, I trade from 8:30 to 11 or 10:45. But I stream normally, because I don't want Applejacks or Janelle or Amelia to go off on me because I was late today. But I normally stream from 9 a.m. Central Standard Time until 10:45, 11 o'clock. I always show my balances at the end. You will always see my P&L up on the screen. Basically, I'm trading all evals right now. I do have one PA that I passed accidentally while trying to fail it back in March. And I have not traded it yet because I've been still developing my scalping strategy, which is pretty much done at this point. We made some major changes of switching to a more order flow version of the strategy a little over a week ago. So my goal, or what I'm going to end up doing, is once I pass the next eval, I'll start trading the PA. It is a 25K PA, which I decided I don't really want 25K accounts, but I'm going to keep that PA. If it blows, it blows. It's whatever. But my biggest thing is that I don't want to be in a cycle of cycling through PAs and evals and stuff like that. So that's why I didn't want to trade the PA until I was ready, because for me, the higher my PA number, the more I feel like I'm failing. Okay. Even with evals, like I'm on 22 to 24, but I bought my first account in May of 2022. I haven't traded that entire 2 years, but that was my first account. And most of my accounts, I consider 22 to 24 a high number, but other people would not. But it's a high number to me. And the crazy thing is, it's only that high because I had a couple of times where the company had to reset the account. When I bought my first accounts, the best discount was 50%. So when a 60% came out, baby, we like cancel them all, get some new ones. 70 did the same thing. 80 did the same thing. So But yeah, so I've just been focused for the last 7 months on developing my scalping strategy because I know how to intraday swing trade and I don't like doing it. So it's been a process. It's been stressful. It's been rewarding. All the chart time I feel like actually is all really coming together now that order flow is a part of this whole thing. But yeah, so that's that. I also trade 1 to 2 mini cons during Asian time. I feel like honestly, especially with scalp, as long as you don't have like a really big stop loss, I don't see why people trade micros, except the people who like to scale out as they're in profit. I guess it makes sense. But for me, it's like, if I'm going to trade micros, I'll just go to my personal account. You know, like, yeah, you want to have good risk management, especially when you, no matter what, whether you're prop trading or trading with your own accounts. But there's also a certain level of, all right, if you just gonna risk 1% of your drawdown, you might as well just go to a personal account. So I think what I'm really gonna stick to is risking 5%. Let's see, 5 is 20 losses in a row. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick to risking 5% once I'm in PAs and just kind of sticking to that. I talked about this about a week or two ago, where like, also once I'm in PAs, I'm gonna determine my contract sizing based on tiers. So if I have this amount of drawdown, it's going to be 1 contract. Once I reach this amount of drawdown left, it's going to be 2 contracts, and kind of like that, because I don't want to have to like, oh, I'm up $500 for the day, I'm at the next tier, let me take a trade, and then I lose and now I go back a tier. So my contract sizing is all over the place. Whatever my drawdown started off for that day, that's the contract size we're going to use for the whole day. It just makes things a lot easier too. So yeah, do you take regular payouts on your personal account? I stopped trading my personal account a long time ago, because so I've been trading off and on for 10 years, way more off and on, don't get it twisted. But I had always had so many things going on. I was a nurse, I had different businesses and things like that. So what would happen was I would be profitable, but then life would hit, or I would just start getting irritated with different things. And because I know how trader psychology can affect you on the charts, I would just stop trading. I would withdraw my money, and then later on I would put the money back in, and just kind of back and forth. So the last time that I traded my personal account was probably about 2 years ago or so. And I was doing really well. Like, I saw a screenshot about a month ago where I had made like $1,800 in 2 weeks, and I only took 5 trades. And I was trading micros at that. But I just got tired of being on the charts all day, because I was on the charts all day. And also, again, I had a business and there were just other things going on at the time. So I eventually, once I got back into trading, I was like, well, you know what? I didn't really like the idea of props before, but now I do. So let's go ahead and try it. And so I started kind of focusing back on trading again. I would say last September, kind of like, I closed my credit repair business August 31st of last year. So I'm coming up on a year. And I said, all right, well, let's just take this time to kind of do nothing. I had already been out of work with nursing for a year, and I just wanted to take a break from life. Honestly, I don't have children. If I want to have children, I'm not going to be able to take this break. So I'm just going to take the opportunity to do nothing, because I've done something literally my entire life and I'm tired. I shouldn't be this tired at 34. So I closed my business down. I started trading, but wasn't really too focused on it, because again, I just wanted a break. And then once I started my YouTube channel in December, that is when I was like, all right, let's kind of start taking this serious, because at the end of the day, like, you really only fail in trading long term when you quit. You know, a lot of people see on social media all the people who are making so much money so quickly, and they don't realize that sometimes that's cool, but if you're not building it on the right foundation, it's just going to go away as quickly as it comes, because you don't have a good strategy. You're just being lucky. The market conditions are just great for whatever you're doing. For me, I've never been in a rush. So that's another thing. Like, somebody came to my channel a couple of days ago and said, hey, I came by 3 months ago and you were on evals and you're still on evals and not PA. What happened? Nothing happened. I'm still developing the same strategy that I said I was developing since I started 7 months ago. I don't know why anybody would think that developing a strategy from scratch would take a month. especially with me doing it on Renkos. There's not very many information out there about Renkos. Now I'm trading volume. You will find no information about Renko trading with volume and order flow, and you ain't gonna find it, right? So, and I'm trading the most volatile pair during the most volatile hours of the day. Like, there's so many different components that made this a stressful thing to do. But because of how smart I am, I wanted the challenge, right? And now I'm pretty much there. I just have to make little minor adjustments so that it's perfect the way that I need it to be. And that just be that. So for me, it's like my goal is to get where I want to be no matter how long it takes, right? Because I've already been doing it for 10 years. And while I was where I wanted to be swing trading, I want to be where I want to be scalping, because it's always been my goal to master scalping, because I like to be in and out before the market can make any decisions. My trades are about 5 seconds long. If it's more than 5 seconds, baby, I'm worried. Now, past 10 seconds, we probably just need to close this, because why ain't it gone already, you know? So it's been a journey and it's been a struggle sometimes, but I'm built for it. And the whole purpose of my YouTube channel was so that I can create community that will hold me accountable, right? And also because I can quit very easily when I'm in my own little bubble, but when other people are in the bubble with me, I can't quit, because now I look like a failure to y'all, and I ain't gonna fail in front of nobody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's just what I've been doing. And like I said, I'm pretty much there. I have been thoroughly enjoying trading this way with order flow. I never thought that I would want to do order flow, because the first time I saw all those numbers inside of a candle with the little chart at the bottom, the little table at the bottom with all the numbers, I was like, oh, information overload. Who wants to look at this? You guys are crazy. But ever since I switched, I was like, oh, that's why you people do this. Now, one thing I would never do is look at a book map. Book map, that gives me anxiety. Like all those bubbles, I can't do it. I can't. Been trading off and on since 2016. I got laid off since November 2023. Since then, I've been doing it full time. Spent thousands. Victoria, we are twins. We are. Because let me tell you, thousands, mentors, courses, strategies, indicators. Like, when I tell you, when people in a Discord or can inbox me on Facebook, like, hey, I'm looking for such and such indicator, you know where I can find it? Oh yeah, baby, go to this website right here. Like, I've spent a lot of, and I've tested a lot of free indicators as well. But like, when I first started out, I was in network marketing at the time. This was in 2020. No. 2013 is when I started. I started when KBank started. Okay. So imagine seeing somebody at their starting point and seeing where they are now. And you just like, girl, if you would have just stuck to it, where could you be right now? Right. But everything happens for a reason. But I was in a different group. I was not in his group. I was in a group with somebody who called that man a scammer. And guess what? He was the scammer. He's in jail right now. I helped put him there. But yeah, so I dealt with that. I've traded Forex. I traded futures. I traded binary options. I always came back to futures though. I stopped really caring about Forex when I got into a GJ trade. I still remember it was a buy on Trader's Way. And that broker manipulated the hell out of that data. There was a huge spike down that never happened on any other legit broker. And I was like, oh, y'all trying to play me. But I've swing traded. I've intraday swing traded. I've swing traded for weeks. Like, I was in a GN trade, GBP NZD for a buy, came 10 ticks for my take profit and bounced back and forth for 2 weeks to stop me out, baby. Listen, I've been a lot of places in this trading game. I've done a lot. And that's what I have to remind some people. Like, it's usually people who like to just go onto people's YouTubes and just, I wouldn't even say troll, but you can't be having a good day, because why are you on people's YouTube channel doing that? But it doesn't bother me, because I know what my journey has been. I know what successes I've had. I know what failures I've had, and I know what I'm trying to do, right? And at the end of the day, I had to tell myself this go around, look, you started this when you were 23. You are now, well, I'm 34 now. Actually, I started it when I was 24. I started when I was 24. I'm 34 now. I cannot look up at 44 and say, Girl, why did you quit again? I can't do that. I feel like it was a blessing in disguise that I started losing my nursing hours to an unlicensed nurse. I felt like, you know what? What are you trying to tell me? Life? Maybe it's time, because I always said I was not going to be an older nurse. I was not going to retire from nursing. I'm not going to be 60 years old still pushing people in wheelchairs and giving IVs and stuff. I'm not going to do it. I'm not. I always knew that trading would be my ticket to time freedom, but I just always let other things get in the way, and I'm not doing that anymore. So the longer I stay on YouTube, the closer I'm going to always be to my goal, because accountability. Oh, absolutely, Victor. I do feel that way, that it takes a team, but at the same time, I feel like with all the information that we have out here, like, you just have to find the information that correlates with what you're trying to do, right? So like with me, for instance, I've always loved trading Renkos. Again, I've done every type of trading you could possibly think of, right? So when I first started developing this strategy, I wasn't looking at volume at all. I never knew that volume even mattered. I mean, I knew it mattered, but not like that. You know what I'm saying? So in January, I had the bright idea, let's start trading volume. So I started putting the volume of the swings on my chart, right? And then, but at that time, I was looking at the volume of the swings in correlation with the volume inside of the entry bar. So what does the volume of this bar look like compared to this one, compared to this one? That's the way I was trading volume before, because again, there's no information out here regarding Renko trading in volume. So I struggled with putting the strategy together with that from January 1st all the way until what was that? May like 24th, somewhere around there. I got this bright idea out of nowhere. I was like, all right, this has not been working for the last 4 months. So let's try something different. So I was like, let's pay attention to where the point of control is in the entry bar. Because what you guys don't see on your, and I've shown this a couple of times. So this is the order flow thing that I use, and the gold outline is where the point of control is. But at the time, I wasn't using that. I was using an indicator called TC Bar Profiler, where the whole purpose of that indicator is to not show you all the numbers and what's going on inside the bars, because they wanted it to be like an easy way to interpret volume. Now you could put the profile on there, but it's not going to show you the numbers inside the bars and stuff. So I was trading point of control. Where is the point of control compared to certain levels, this support level, this half trend or whatever? Because I just use basically different versions of half trends. I trade pullbacks to those. That's basically all I'm doing, aside from counter trend divergence. So from May 28th until July 18th, even though I didn't get where I wanted to be with the strategy, I saw a huge difference where even though I was still red quite a bit, right? It was like negative $100 per account, negative $50 per account. I might have had a $200 day in there, but there wasn't very many days where there was like super high negative days. So I saw the transition in the P&L from trading volume the way I was before to the POC way of trading, but it still was like something's missing. And so one day I was just like, Ninja Co. sent me an email for a $200 off coupon. I said, well, let's go see what they got over there. Because I use the Ninja version of Renkos. So I was like, I wonder if they have order flow indicator over there, because I know Trade Devils does. Let me go see if they do. And they did. So I got it for like $196. And I was like, okay, I still want to focus on the point of control, but maybe, just maybe, who's in control inside of the point of control of my entry bar might actually matter. And baby, when I tell you, as soon as I put that indicator on, I said, oh my gosh, why didn't I have this epiphany before? Why? I immediately could see what was causing the losses, how I could use order flow to make the entries like even more efficient, because I'm still taking the same exact trades. The setups never changed this entire time. It's just a matter of what classifies the trade as an entry and what invalidates the trade, right? And so in the process of that, obviously there are certain rules that I have to pull over from the other ways that I was trading volume, but then there's other things where it's like, oh, that shit doesn't even matter anymore. But where my epiphany really came from was when I downloaded it. The very next day, I went and I watched a video from Umar Ashraf. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. He's the creator of TradeZella. Now, this is a video that I watched in January when I first started trading volume. I took notes on it, didn't know what the hell I was writing down, didn't know what the hell he was talking about, but I was writing this stuff down, right? I could tell what was important and what wasn't. Didn't understand anything. I go back and I watched that video after I downloaded this indicator and already started noticing certain patterns. And when I tell you, he just made everything make sense. I was like, that's exactly what I saw when I put this on my charts. And that's when I knew I was going in the right direction. And like I said, since July 19th, I've been green or break even every single day. I missed a lot of trades. I've been sitting out of a lot of trades because I'm still not completely done with putting certain things together. But once it's put together, I'll be fine. As long as I can get like 10 scalps a day on average. Now, a day like this, it wasn't 10 trades. It was probably maybe 4 setups today. But I also want to make sure that my strategy works in all market conditions, whether volume's high, low, volatility is high or low. I don't want any of that stuff to matter, because when certain things are like so discretionary like that, I will overanalyze everything and say, well, I don't want to trade today. So, but even other videos of Umar's that I've watched, because the video that I had the epiphany with that I had watched back in January, it's the one called Don't Trade Candlesticks, Use This Instead. I've watched probably 11 or 12 of his other videos in the last week, and every single time I'm like, yo, order flow is the way. Because where volume is, who's in control, things like that stuff really does help. You could literally trade the exact same way you've been trading, but if you add order flow to it, you still might have that same entry, but you might get a better entry because you waited until order flow confirmed that trade was was valid, things like that. But so yeah, it's been a journey and it takes a while, but I'm here. I've arrived. I just gotta make like probably 3 more little last minute adjustments and then I'll be fine. But yeah, I'm done with my rant. I've been here long enough. But yeah, I thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you're here tomorrow as well. We like to have a good time here. It's a very great community. There's no arguing. There's not a bunch of people saying, I told you so, you should have went long, I went long. Now, why did you go short? You don't have that over here. And I hope that it stays that way as I grow, because if it don't, guess what? We'll make sure those people can't talk, because we ain't got time for that. But I thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and the conversation. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys.